Engineers, please mute your microphones. We explained about the final project that you must start with the initial title. That must be such as three parts. One part is research theory. Part number 2 is research method. And number 3 part is the aims or objects of that research. And your title in the first step must be clear, must be complete, and must be in brief. After selecting the initial title in your project or in your research, you must translate this title from Arabic to English, word by word, and by helping an ordinary dictionary, not a special or big dictionary, okay? That can you install on your computer, on your cell phone or mobile. So you write completely your initial title that must be on your interests and on your background. And after that, you translate this title to English language and search some references, such as articles, such as books, such as thesis, master science thesis, and PhD thesis or dissertation, and study some part of these articles from 1 to at least maximum 15 pages from any reference, such as article, books, and other references. About thesis and about books, you must go to content and search the suitable season and suitable part in that season, and you need to study about 1 to maximum 15 pages in 5 to 15 minutes, not more. Okay? And you must write some notes in a paper. On a paper, you must write some notes about important or most important things, and you must write their address. Okay? By these activities, you must be updated and some complete information, to receive some complete information about that title. In step 2, by these activities, you must select the final title by moving some words in initial title in first step, and by change some words and adding and omitting some words in that title. And you must select so the final title for your research or final project. And you must translate this title this final title to English, and you must search some references with this title in Arabic and in English references. Notice that you must use only English references in your final projects, okay? You can take some information from Arabic or other languages, for example, Farsi or other languages that you know, but you must use only English references in your final project, not else, okay? Only English references. So you study your references about articles, about books, theses, and other references, and write some notes and write their address. And in step 3, you must sort your references by or according their title. The title of article, the title of book, the title of thesis, and you must write some codes, some numbers according their importance, from 1, 2, 3, and others. That the first reference is more important reference for your final project. Is very near to your title, final title, for your project or your research. So in step 3, you sort your references according to their importance for using in your project or your research, according to their title, only their title, okay? After that, in step number 4, you must read their abstracts. What books doesn't have abstract, okay? About the books, you must go to their content and go to suitable season and the important and suitable part in that season about the book. But articles and theses have abstract. In step 4, you must study their abstracts, except books, that you must go to their content and suitable season and suitable part in that seasons. And in step 4, you must resort your references, your downloaded references according their abstract, because abstracts are more complete than the title of any reference. Okay, and by this resorting, some references were changed in this sorting. Okay, from 1, 2, and others, according their importance for your project. And some references will be omitted in this step 4. And in step 5, you must resort your references according their content or their text. to go to text from 1 to maximum 15 pages of any reference, such as articles, such as books and theses, and read their text briefly and very rapid in 5 to maximum 15 minutes, not more, okay? And write some notes, and the addresses of that notes that are important for your project. So in step 5, you must resort the references according their content or their text, full text of that part of that reference. Some pages between 1 to maximum 15 pages, not more, okay? And in next step, step number 6, you must select and make decision about your final references. You must select the final references for using in the content of your project. For example, you sorted about 40 or 50 or 60 references in step number 5. And you decide to use about 20 or about 25 references in your project. It's your option, it's your decision, okay? For example, from 1 to 30 or 25 numbers in the last sorting in step number 5. About your final project in this course, you must use only, I repeat, you must use only English references, and you must use at least 10 references, okay, in your final project for this course. In this term, you must use only English references and at least 10 references. Notice that, and I explained in last session that numbers of your references that you use in your final project or any other research is very important. And it's better that you use more references in your research, in your final project, okay? But you must you must use at least 10 references in your final project, and your references, all of your references must be in English language, not Arabic, not Farsi, and others. And in step 5, after selecting the final references that you decide to use in content of your final project, you must extract and extract some parts of that references and write your project, your final project in this way. The first pages of your project are according to alphabet. According to alphabet. You can write in Arabic language your final project. and your final project must be handwriting, only handwriting. Don't write, type any page at all. Your final project must be only handwriting, okay? And the first pages are according to alphabet, okay? So Aleph or A, after that B, according to Arabic alphabet, okay? The first page is the title of your project, such as this part. Please write the first page for your final project, Aleph or A, is the title of your project, such as this part that I explained. Please write. At the top of the first page, you must locate the logo of your university, Azad University, okay? At the middle part and top of your first page, the logo of Azad University. After that, you must write دانشگاه آزاد اسلامی. After that, واحد تهران جنوب. After that, دانشکده فنی و مهندسی. After that, گروه مهندسی عمران، خط فاصله داش، مدیریت ساخت. Okay. After this part, you must write the title of your project. You write final project for project risk management course in Arabic. Okay. You must write final project for project risk management course. After that, title with 2 points, title, and you must write your final title in this part. After that, you must write the name of your professor. You must write supervisor professor with 2 points. After that, Dr. Mahmoud Parsai. Dr. Mahmoud Parsai. After that, you must write a student or writing with 2 points, and you must write your name completely, first name and surname, without engineer or other things, only your name, your first name and surname. After that, without any title, write your student number under your name. Okay? This is the first page in your final project, and your final project and this page must be handwritten. Notice. After that, you must write the content of your project in Farsi, فهرست مطالب, but you can write in Arabic, no problem. The second page is content, okay? And You must write content in the top of this page, and under it, you must write in the right-hand side title and the left-hand side page or صفحة. This page is the second page or bit. Notice that in any research, such as your final project in this course, your thesis in the next terms, you must write content and abstract of your research or project at the end of your research, at the end of your project. Okay? After that, any changes, any editing, well done, and you certainly complete your project. You must back to first pages and write the content and abstract of your project. So you must write the content and abstract at the end of your work on this project and about your thesis. Because any changes during the writing and completing and editing of your project will affect on these two parts. يعني content and so you must write these two parts, content and abstract, for your project at the end of stages. Okay? After that, it will complete, your project will complete without any editing or any changing else. You must back in the first pages and write the content and aspect of your project. Okay. We explained about the content, and you know, and in final projects, you don't need any season. Okay. You must write the titles by numbering 1, 2, 3, and others. And it can be about 15 or 20 pages. Not important. The quality of your project is more important. And it's only selecting some things about that title, about project, waste management and civil engineering project, about project risk management, okay, in civil engineering, not us. It's not important the numbers of your pages in this project. The content and quality is very important. And your project must be handwritten, I repeat, and any shape, any diagram, any curve, any table from your used references must be copied and pasted in content of your project. And at the end of your work, you must send only one PDF file that is including the total pages of your project that you are writing, for example, in Arabic language. Okay, so you can add or paste the shape of or the copy of shapes, diagrams, curves, and tables in the middle of your text, okay, at the suitable location. And you must write the explanation, the illustration of pages of, shapes under them with number, figure number 1, and after that they illustrate or explain about that shape. And at the end of this illustrate under the shape, you must write the number of reference that you used in this part. And about the tables, you know that you must write the number and explanation about that table at the top of the table. For example, table number 1, and you must write in Arabic or your language that you are writing that project, and at the end of the illustration or explanation about that table, you must write the number of that references that this table is belonging to that reference. Okay, I will explain about the references. And about the text, when you use a part of a reference, for example, one paragraph, or maximum, not more, maximum one page from any reference, you must write the number of that reference that you use in this part at the end of the paragraph or page, before last point, in last statement of that part, of that paragraph or of that page about the text. Okay, and about the formula, you must write the number of that reference that you use, or that you take this formula from that reference. So about formulas, about texts, about tables, about shapes, you must determine and you must write their reference very, very clearly. In such way, with using this standards that I will explain about them. Okay. About the abstract, please write these notes. The abstract of your project or any research, such as your thesis in the future, must be complete. And you must write all parts, all important or most important part of your project in brief or briefly. Okay? In abstract, in writing abstract. Abstract must be write in some statements without paragraphing, okay, like a box. You must write from one point, the first, and write the statement. And the abstract must be including these parts. The first part is introduction, without any title in abstract. You must write briefly about introduction. After that, why you are writing or you worked on this title, on this project, you must write. After that, you must write about literature review or background of that that title or that research, that project. In the last references, especially articles, you must write literature review about that research or about that title.
You are now unmuted.
One, two, or three important references or last researches are enough.
You are now muted.
After that, in abstract, you must write about research theory that we discuss in the title of your research. You must write about research theory in your project. After that, you must write about research method in your project, in your research method. And at the end part of your abstract, you must write about the conclusions of your project or of your research. About 1, 2, 3 more important conclusions is enough. It's different with the content of your project. So you must write more important about 1, 2, or 3 most important conclusions in your project. The abstract of your research, for example, this project, final project, must be only in one page. And page number 1, in numbering of your pages after content, page number 1 is belong to abstract, only abstract, not else. Okay? And your abstract might be written maximum in one page, not more. And one page separately belong to abstract. And at the end of this page, after your abstract, you must write keywords of your research, of your project. Keywords are using after your writing, are using for researching some references. So must be written very clearly and very completely. Keywords must be separately and must be written with single terms or single words, and maximum 2 or 3 words together. The words that you must write in keywords list are at first about the main and important word in your title. You must write the main and more important words that you use in your title of your project, of your research. You must write them in keywords list. And after the title, you must write the more important or most important word that you use in content of your project, but there aren't in title. Okay? After the main and more important words in your title, you must write most important words that there are in the content of your project, but there aren't in the title. Okay? These are your keywords that you must write at the end of the page of abstract. And can be about 4 to maximum 8 words. Can be write in keywords list. Okay. After that, according to your decision, you must write, for example, title number 1, introduction of your project, and after that, other title that you decide to use according to your title, according to content, according to references that you use. You must write other title by numbering 1, for example, introduction, after that 2, 3, and others. At the end of your project, you must write conclusions, discussion, and conclusion. You must analyze and discuss about the content of your project, and after that, you must write your conclusions. For example, about 4 or 5 or 10 conclusions is enough about this project. And your conclusions must be right by number 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, and others. About 5 to 10 conclusions is enough. And you must write by numbering 1, 2, 3, and others. And you must write by statements with points at the end of a statement, with a statement, and any conclusion must be written in 2 or 3, not more, 2 or 3 lines, any conclusion at the end of your project. You must write conclusions and write some introduction about conclusions. After that, the conclusion by numbering 1, 2, 3, and any conclusion with some statements, and 2 or 3 lines, not more, about any conclusion. After conclusions, you must write the list of references. You write this title, references, and after that you must write the list of your references or the address of your references, okay, by these standards that I explained to you. There are many standards about write or about determine references in the content of researches or projects. And two references are very general and are very easy for use. And in Iran and Iraq, these are used in researches such as final project of courses or thesis and others. These are Vancouver and Harvard standards, their name. Vancouver and Harvard standards, and Vancouver is more useful and more easier than Harvard. In Vancouver standard that you use in your final project in this course, you must write the references in the content of your project about tables, about shapes, about any paragraph or any page of text, and about formulas by number. One number between two brackets. And according the numbering and the number of references in your project from 1, 2, 3 and others. Okay? In Vancouver standard that you use in your final project, you must write the number of your references that you used in that part. You must write number between two brackets. Okay? And in Harvard standard, we write the surname of the first writer and the year of publishing that reference between two brackets, okay, in the text. But you must use Vancouver standard. And you must write numbers between two brackets about any reference that you use in writing the text of your project. And at the end part of your project that you must write, you must write the list of references. You write this title, references, or منابع, or مراجع, or فهرست منابع, or فهرست منابع و مراجع in Arabic language at the end of your project. And you must write the number of references that you use in the content, in the text, in the content of your project, 1, 2, 3, and you must write the address of that references in this way, in this standard that I explained. From the left, you must write the surname of the first writer, for example, Johnson, after that virgule, after that abbreviation of the first name, for example, George, capital G, point, and after that, if the writers of two persons, you must write other person in this way. Virgule, surname of the second writer, after that virgule, after that or comma, after that abbreviation of the first name of the second writer, and after that comma quotation. If there are more than two writers in that about that reference, you must write the name of the first writer, such as this example in the slide number 7. You must write after the first writer ETAL, point, ETAL after that point, that are abbreviation of two French words, not English words. ETAL. That means other writers. Okay. After that, you must write comma quotation, and after that, you must write the year of the publishing of that reference, without any brackets or other signs. So after the name of the writer, you must write the year of publishing of that reference that you use, and you are writing the address of that reference, the publishing year. After that, comma. After that, the title of that